behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Bash TV. Palm Bash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Palm Bash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got a great interview coming up shortly. But don't forget about the subscribe buttons and bell buttons, and you're always going to be notified of any new episodes coming your way. And leave a comment on the comment section if you'd like. We'd love to hear from you. And pay attention to the description, because there's contact info there. And if you pay attention to the closing credits at the end of the show, there's contact info there as well. So we hope you'll stay tuned for that. From Amble, England today, we have Brian English, and he's a really awesome artist. I think you're going to agree. And we'll get to that in a second, but first let's watch the commercial for the Caden Gordon Show. This is a new commercial. So don't go away. We'll be right back right after this.
It is Caden from the Caden Gordon Show. Today's best country mix. Check out my show at thecadengordonshow.com.
Okay, we're back, and with us from Amble, England, we have Brian English with us today. Thanks for joining us, Brian.
Hello there. How are you doing, Paul?
Oh, I'm doing great. Glad you can make it here today.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own story about how they started in the music business. What's yours? I mean, did you always want to be an artist when you grew up, or did you fall into it much later? I mean, everybody has their own story. Like I said, tell us your story.
Well, it first started when I was very young. I mean, my dad played guitar. He still does. And I kind of took it from him. And I started started off by learning Beatles songs. I took a major interest in the Beatles, Simon and Garfunkel. And the first song I can remember as a small child, believe it or not, is the Sound of Silence. And that was one of the first songs that really hit me as a child, a very small child. And I eventually learned to play that on guitar. Then I eventually started trying to write songs like the age of 12. I had my first bash in a song called, I think it was called Amble, and then went on and started playing in the school halls assembly at the high school. And then I eventually started doing recordings. I was in a duo for a little bit, and then I went back on my own. And I've been recording with a man called Ali Lee. He's got his own studio in a place called Alnwick in Northumberland. And well, Alnwick's a very famous place because there's been a lot of films made at the castle, like so Harry Potter, things like that. But anyway, the studio's there, and I've been recording with that guy for about 20 years, about the early 1995, and he's a good lad, good friend, and he produces all my songs. I just go in with an acoustic guitar, and he'll put on whatever it needs, and he just puts on keyboard or whatever it is, and it goes from there. He's a really good producer. And 2019 was a good year because I met Gary from K Dragon Records, and he took an interest in my songs and sort of like put us on his books, and he started like putting all my songs on Spotify and Apple Music, etc. And sort of like there was a couple. We did have a time when I had like a physical copy of my first single was called Time Ran Away, but I don't think there's any discs at the moment for this one. But like I say, there might be in the future again. I don't know, but you can get this online, like any digital platform, Apple Music, Amazon Music, etc. All the music videos online. I've got one called "You Countdown," which is a song. What some people don't know. Years later, I wrote a song about it, and it just sort of like that's where my writing sort of comes from. That's who I am, really. So I just keep on doing it, and like K Dragon Records are still pushing us and to get more songs out there. And my latest single's doing quite well, so that's called "Found." So, which I think you've listened to. I think haven't you? That's the newest one. So, but no, it's something I really enjoy doing. So I'll keep at it.
Okay, well that's a great story, by the way. And I noticed you mentioned like Simon and Garfunkel and the Beatles and all that stuff. Obviously, they're really good influences. Did you have any others besides that?
Well, I was always a big fan of U2. Like my favorite albums are like the Joshua Tree.
Hmm.
Um, I love that one. It's one of my favorite albums, and I've also been into a lot of listening. Probably from the age of 20, took an interest in Pink Floyd. I really like listening to Pink Floyd. But there's not much music I dislike, to be fair, Paul. I quite enjoy every kind of music. I can listen to Nirvana, I can listen to John Denver, and it goes on and on. Uh, that's uh, that's who I am. I just like a bit of everything, really. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
so,
those are great, artists there, obviously. And earlier, I think you mentioned that you can probably get a lot of your stuff on all the streaming platforms, or is it just basically like Apple Music or whatever? I mean, tell us where we can find your stuff.
well, K Dragon Records put them on. There's absolutely loads of digital platforms, but obviously, I think you'll agree the main ones that people know is obviously Apple Music. You can find us on there: Apple Music, Amazon Music, Spotify, Deezer, Napster, YouTube Music, and it goes on. So, but they're the main ones. I always find it's Amazon Music and Apple and Spotify is the main ones. But there is other. I mean, I've searched myself online with songs, and I've come across links I'm on which I've never heard of before as well. So it's always interesting to see. But and K Dragon Records put us on a lot of my stuff on TikTok as well, so it gets out there anyway. So I've had a few listeners like in different places, so it's a nice feeling, and hopefully I'll get some. I'm working on a couple of new songs at the moment, and I've got a one song I particularly want to record, and hopefully I might get it recorded before Christmas time. So and then maybe get that out early next year with a bit of luck. So get that sorted.
Okay, well, everybody at least go to the Apple and Amazon and so forth like that, but he might have it on other streaming platforms as well. And like he said, he has some videos you can check out. And the name of this video, as you mentioned just a minute ago, is called Found.
Yeah.
It is a great song. Is there a real story behind this song, or?
Well, actually, the melody I had it from a few years ago, and it had different words. Then I left it, and I came back to it this year, and I decided to put different lyrics to it. And it's just basically about like finding peace, comfort, a comfort zone, and it's quite like a happy-go-lucky song. It has a bit of hope in it. So, and it was actually a part of the dream. As part of I had a dream with part of the song where it says, like I drowned it. If it wasn't like for you, I would drown in the flood, sort of thing. And it's sort of like I had a dream where I was on the pier, and I was just like all this water coming over, and I got like saved, and I just like put that in the song, just like things like symbolic like that. So just things that just come in your head when you're writing. So yeah, so it's quite a up tempo song, and when I've written some different styles, but the generally all comes back to one thing, and they're all pretty, whatever I write, pretty easy listenable, but it probably comes under pop usually, so I would think that.
Well, like I said, I love it. I know you guys out there are going to love it too, and we're going to get to that in a second. But Brian, we want to thank you so much for being on the show. We'd love to have you back again when you got some new music. Maybe we'll help you plug that.
Yeah, I would love that, Paul. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. And here it is, Found, and it starts right now.
You came to me and you gave me time. Now I know a place very fine. I come around and see your every side. When I'm around, then I'm found. misunderstood. I used to drown before you drained the flood. When I'm around, then I'm found. You make it easy, yes I know. You take me up, I'm never down. There is a place that I can go. You keep inviting me around, around. You get me high, I'm never low. You make me happy, this is so. I really love the life I've come to know. When I'm around, then I'm found. You make it easy, yes I know. You take me up, I'm never down. There is a place that I can go. You keep inviting me around.